Some traffic out there? Or,
it was wild.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Out there chirping brodies, dude.
Windy, and I had to haul ass down here.
About to roll this thing, dog.
I got a meeting at 11. We gotta get this thing rolling.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. All right, welcome back. Episode 72.
Heck yeah, man. It's been a little while, at least for me anyways,
Yeah.
and we're better to shoot this than out here in nature, you know?
Absolutely. We're at Lacamas Lake, Camas, Washington. Yeah, gonna sit down and talk some shop about mobile design units.
Heck yeah. Shoot, well, how many design studios have mobile design units is the first question.
True. And we've had 3 now, so yeah, it's we'll kind of dig into why and what those were and what we got sitting behind us.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I think we should just start off by saying RIP to the mobile design unit 2, the RV.
Yes, RV is gone. Let's go back a little bit and let's talk about the first one and a little bit about, why we had it and what we did with it and shit like that.
Yeah, so you started off with the trailer, which was pretty sick. You had it wrapped, which looked awesome.
Yep.
I believe your truck was wrapped and it matched.
Yep.
So it looked like, a unit. You know what I mean? It was pretty sick.
For sure. Yeah, and I think, you and I growing up down in San Diego and kind of desert dirt bikes, things like that. Like I always had toy haulers, take the dirt bikes out to the desert, go camping. I had a motorhome. So when, doing a studio, to me, it kind of made sense to have something like that, for the studio.
Totally.
To sell merch, to get out and kind of use it and shit like that. So I think it comes from, you had toy haulers growing up. So
well, I'm glad it made sense to you because I don't think it makes sense to any other studio in the game. So it's pretty dope. I mean,
true.
We all know Draplin has his dope van, but other than that, what is Wyden and Kennedy driving around type of thing, So it's like,
True.
again, just another thing that we're kind of, going to the beat of our own drum or whatever they say. And, yeah, Dan's always coming up with some fun ideas, and this is another one, So
yeah, but we got a lot of use out of it, and it definitely comes in handy. And
yeah, Jake's gonna have to put some B-roll up in the video. I mean, what were some of the things we used the trailer for?
Yeah, so one of the things we did, pop-up crop in Portland, had the opening basically party at our studio in Portland. Had the trailer parked there so people could go and hang out, kind of set up some shit outside the trailer.
Still to this day, that party was one of the dopest parties we've ever had. I mean, I think we had Benny Gold skating the mini ramp.
That's right.
Your buddy Troy was ripping the half pipe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not about the trailer, but that party was epic.
That was a good party. Yep. Yeah.
But man, that trailer was sick. I mean, like even then, it's like, to us at the design studio, it's like you can't really top that. And then you did eventually top it, but
and then we pulled it down to the first designer con that we attended.
Yep. So
pulled that thing into the Anaheim Convention Center, unhooked the trailer, left it there all weekend, and that was really when it was kind of like, oh shit, this is great. Like we used the shit out of it. Mark did a podcast with Draplin inside at the table. We had a client fly down in like a private plane to come in there and basically meet and brief us on a project, which was kind of wild.
Who's now an employee, which is dope.
Matt Cantrell. Yeah, so he's now one of our illustrators. And so being at that designer con, we had live screen printing with Tim. At the time he was with Mama Sauce.
Yep, native screen printing now.
Yep, yeah, native. Shout out to Tim. So it was cool because we set up, our merch. We had basically this area that you could get away from everything, either talk to clients, talk to friends, grab a drink, grab some food. It just made the whole experience of 3 days of vending fun.
Yeah, anybody, if you've ever vended at anything, it's a long day. So to be able to go and take a break, Dan was also able to sneak some beers in, so that's a bonus. But you're just kind of like talking and shooting the shit all day. That it's like, hey, I need to take 5, go in the trailer, hang out for a sec, and to your point, if some buds come by or you want to kind of, I don't know, get a little more private conversation going on, pull somebody into the trailer, and it was just sick.
Yeah. And then we, so that was cool. That was the first kind of designer con. success with the trailer, and then we took it out to one of our retreats and was able to like load everything in there and kind of use it that way. So
I think a couple people stayed in the trailer. I mean, usually it's our team is big enough that it's always hard to find a house that sleeps everybody. And at a certain point, you're like, damn, do you want the couch or the futon, or do you want to go into this nice bed in the trailer?
Totally.
Even another thing, like I love the team, but sometimes, we're probably all introverts. Like you just want a moment to yourself. So it's like, I think Jordan got the trailer, and it was like after a day, I'm like, maybe I should have took the trailer because that's nice.
Totally. Yep. So it came in handy. It was great, but it always kind of bugged me. There's something about a trailer, and then there's pros and cons to a trailer or a motorhome. Trailer's great because you can park it, you set it up, you unhook, now you have your car to go kind of drive around, go get shit or whatever you need to do. You got a motorhome, once it's set up, you're stuck.
And you have two engines to take care of, which is like a thing, but
exactly. But it always bugged me that like you guys, we couldn't ride in it on the way to different events and things. So,
totally.
So I was like, all right, at some point we got to get rid of the trailer. Let's get a motorhome so we can get the team in there and actually drive out to clients or retreats or designer con or whatever.
I mean, when you talk about like quote unquote team building, I mean, there's nothing more. I don't know. It's like the couple big trips we've done in the motorhome. I mean, you just grow real tight with whoever's in that rig with you. You are boys by the end of that because it's a tight space and you're right there and you got to share it. And
So got rid of the trailer, got the motorhome, took it to Oregon Design Co. They wrapped it. We'll kind of pop up a little thing on Oregon Design Co. because they wrapped the trailer, the RV, and now the van.
Yep.
They do a fucking great job. We've done some work with them. We did their branding. We did a motion piece that Jake can pop up. But anyway, so Oregon wraps it. We had a trip coming up, Great P&W, right? We were going to drive out to Spokane, Washington.
Yep.
Got the RV, took it there, and they had like 2 days before the trip, and I'm like, shit. And Cam was like, dude, it's going to be tight. I don't know if we can get it done. So I ended up going there at like 10 o'clock the night before we were leaving at like 6 a.m. You know, to pick it up. And so he finished it, grabbed it at 10 o'clock, went home, and then picked you guys up in the morning. But what was special about that trip?
Oh, yeah. So now we're on to the motorhome now. Yeah. Trailer's gone. Yeah, we're going up to Spokane. It's about a 6-hour drive. We had just hired Dave, who's been with us forever now. And shit, 6-hour drive with the dude we barely know. Throw him in the motorhome, and it's like, you're going to get to learn what are all these people about, what are their mannerisms. Like, it's like, again, you're in a tight space. And
you're either going to find out that you're going to enjoy working with us all, or you're going to be like, fuck this after that trip. So
I mean, we knew by his portfolio he was a great designer, but like, you always say it's like they also got to be like, you got to be able to chill with them. And we found out quick that Dave was super down and easy to hang out with. And one thing that really proved it is I think there was like 3 beds for 6 of us. So someone had to take the shitty spot and sleep on the floor. So Dave was down and didn't even complain one time, and brought his own mattress pad or whatever, and he was ready and didn't complain. And it was a sick time.
It was a good trip. We ended up just pulling up to the Great P&W, parked right in front of his front doors and office, and then basically crashed in the parking lot, had a little fire pit out there, and hung out that night, shot a bunch of content,
hit the skate park.
It
was just a kind of a random trip, but a really fun trip. And then with Dave being new, it just made it like unique. And to the same point, when Jake behind camera here, when we hired him, we were driving down to Anaheim, which for anybody listening from where we're at, 22-hour drive.
It's a long fucking drive.
It's a long drive. Dan did the hard work. We were just chilling in the back of the van or in the motorhome. We freaking pick up Jake, and just the same kind of style. The day we hired him, we picked him up in the motorhome, and he was part of this 22-hour drive. Didn't even know this dude. I mean, we knew his work was good.
He wasn't even really hired. It was kind of like an interview process. Hey, are you down to come to Designer Con? We'll pick you up on the way down and hang out for the weekend shoot, and let's see if that works out, then maybe we'll bring you on the team. And he was like, fuck yeah, pick me up, this is where I'll be. So literally pulled over, he's there, his dad was there, which was super sick to meet his dad. We sat down, had dinner,
Black Bear Diner.
Black Bear Diner. Jumped back in the RV and continued down to Designer Con. And then we got there that night, and we had to camp in a campground.
Yeah.
Remember that?
And it's not just any campground. It was like a Orange Land or something like that, but it's all just like concrete blacktop campground. And I think they slept in a tent outside. And I mean, again, some of those things, it's easy to be like nowadays a prima donna, and like if I'm not in my whatever Suites hotel, I'm not doing it. So it's like sometimes you just got to make it happen. And that trip for Jake was a great example of like, didn't know us, hopped in the rig, long drive, figure us out, camping, you know what I mean? And shared a room with Frankie, didn't know anybody. And, and now, however many years later, he's hanging tough, you know?
Yeah, crushing it. Yeah, one of the things that during that whole thing, you know, he was there, cameras, kind of document it, shoot it. But at one point I looked over and he went and grabbed a fucking ladder and is up on the motorhome cleaning the front window. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, yeah, this guy's going above and beyond. Like,
I distinctly remember that because we had a couple extra beers than we should have had that night, and I definitely remember waking up hungover and then and then I'm sure he was too, and he's up there cleaning the window, and I'm like, damn, I got a headache. Yeah, I'm sure he does too. So you know, just those kinds of things, you're just like, all right, yeah, noted, you know what I mean? This dude's legit.
Yep. Yeah, so
to the other end of that story, I do remember telling Jake we got to bring this one up. I was like, yeah, bro, I mean, like, pretty much as long as you don't just, like, forget to record this video, you're going to be hired, you know? Already by seeing that, it's like, perfect fit. I like this already.
Yeah.
As long as he just records the trip and doesn't mess up and accidentally...
It's record, yeah.
Record, yeah.
Well, it turns out something to that nature happened. I forget. Like, he didn't capture the audio or something happened, and... just kind of funny. I'm sure he was sweating the whole time, but
no, that's cool.
Good times. He's smiling behind camera. So
hell yeah. So we drove down 2 years in a row that RV to the Designer Con, pulled it into the convention center, had it set up there. We shot a podcast in there.
Oh yeah.
I arm wrestled Mark Bricky on camera in there.
For a minute before you crush me, right?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I don't have a chance! I don't have a chance! Oh my god! Why did I do that?
Shit. Like we did some cool shit.
Totally.
There. Like had some clients pop in.
I mean, even you talking about driving it in the convention center, didn't you have to have the gas like?
Yeah, it's a bit of an ordeal of like
you can only have a small amount of gas.
Yeah, it's like a quarter of the tank. Only quarter tank in the gas. You got to unhook the battery once it's there. It's parked. Like
take
it's
the
a
propane
whole,
out.
Yeah, it's a whole ordeal.
So Dan's driving around the block for like however long to get the gas down, and just some of those details you kind of don't realize. I mean, even driving it through that freaking place was all the booths were kind of set up, so you're driving down the aisles,
totally.
and
they'd have to move shit and like give us an escort to get in there and everything. So yeah, it's kind of hectic. But yeah, I mean, it makes Designer Con and that whole experience just enjoyable. You know, it's a huge backdrop for the booth. You know, where people go, "Oh shit, what is that? Like, who's Lincoln Design Co?" Like, it's a different
statement.
Yeah, it's a big statement. You know, so
I mean, shit. With that, we've taken it to the One Moto Show event, and we're parked, you know, right there at the entrance. I mean, our retreats. You know what I mean? And it is definitely it became our mascot for a while.
It did.
I mean
made some merch. We have hats. We have the tee. We made a toy. With the toy, there was like a sticker sheet that you could basically put whatever stickers you wanted on it, and we sold those at Designer Con. We made a bunch of shit. Like
a lot of brand. You know, our sports team have mascots and shit. So it's like we were trying to, you know, we use the Yeti, but it's like, what's next after that? And it's like, well, let's just make the motorhome the.
Yeah. So yeah, we got our use out of the RV for sure.
Yep.
Like that thing came in handy.
And then so with that, you experience it most. It's big. Yeah. It's you know, it's not hard to drive, but it's just a big old beast. You know, so it's like kind of managing that, and then you're the only one that could drive it.
Yeah.
It only sat
basically sat 6 people. When we went to our last retreat, we had 7, and James sat in a lawn chair on the floor. You know, like, and it was kind of during that drive that I'm like, I got to get rid of this. Like, it doesn't seat that many people. It's not like we can get the whole team in there. You know,
for how big it is.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
Big. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, and then Jake and I had taken it out to Idaho to a video shoot where we were shooting Pastrana and Kubota tractors and everything. And it came in super handy there because we were posted up and we had this kind of command center, Jake, for Jake's cameras and shooting and everything, you know. But at the same time, it was kind of like, damn, just you and I drove this huge RV out here. Like, it'd be so much better if we had like a Sprinter van or something smaller, something that Jake, he does a lot of videography. There's a lot of like rally races here up in Washington and Oregon. And it's like, we need something that he can just grab and take out for the weekend,
Totally.
and load the camera equipment, sleep in it if he needs to or whatever. So, and the RV was not that. It was too much of an ordeal.
Totally. I mean, selfishly, the RV was cool because if you were behind the driver's seat, you could have some beers legally.
Yeah.
So it was nice for us, and that's where maybe it's a double-edged sword. 22-hour drive to L.A.
Yeah.
Maybe you have too many beers,
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So that's the one thing with the van, which, I mean, I guess you could sneak a road soda in the van if you're in the back, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And this will seat more than the motorhome. I mean, there's six actually chairs and seats, and then you could sit 2 more people at the table, so you could seat 8, if you're going to head somewhere.
Totally.
So.
And if it's 1 or 2 people, you could sleep in here just the same as the motorhome. So
yeah.
And the fuel economy is better. And
yeah, I just drove it down to L.A. for a week, and the motorhome used to get 8 miles to the gallon. This got 17, so
that's crazy.
Big difference.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I even forgot. Like, when did you show us this? I kind of forget now. Like, you kind of surprised us. You're like, "Yep, motorhome's done."
Yeah,
we got this
it was
thing
the
now.
beginning of this year.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. Got it in December, and I think I showed it to you guys in January.
Yeah.
And just got it wrapped like a month ago or something.
Yeah,
so.
it's always just fun for us to, Dan's always cooking something up behind the scenes that we're not aware of, and he's like, "Yo, check this out." And we're like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
It's always something. It's got to keep it fresh. And
Yeah. So this is the new mobile design unit 3.0.
Number 3.
Yep. So we got some merch, we got stickers, some tees.
I mean, how are you gonna rep Lincoln more than rocking our freaking new mascot on a T-shirt?
Right.
You know what I mean? And what? We were just talking about this independent blank, which if you guys are T-shirt nerds, that's like always fun.
Yeah. So that is a soft independent blank, which independent used to be known for like hoodies and jackets and sweatpants.
Everything but shirts.
Everything but shirts. So now they're making T-shirts. The blank is really cool, super soft, super comfortable.
This is coming from the old school guys that like their all-style 1301Cs.
That's what this is.
Another RIP. They've been gone for a while now, so.
Totally.
Always searching out those hard, stiff, tees where everybody wants the soft, whatever. No, we're keeping it old school.
Yep.
This thing is stiff, 6-ounce cotton.
Yeah.
Thick boy.
Yeah, so this is the thicker version if you like that style, and this is a little thinner,
and
more comfy if you like
word
that.
mark is freaking so sick that I think we have hats as well. I don't know if you brought any out
we
here,
do have
but
hats.
we'll pop those on
inside.
screen, and just a cool new piece. Dan's always got to have some new merch cooking up, and
jump online, check it out, grab some. And if you come into Adobe Max, we're gonna make some new stuff. So we'll have everything at Max, as well as some new products for Max.
Hell yeah,
yep,
fun stuff.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Like I said, made kind of the big maiden voyage down to LA.
Yeah.
So we'll use this thing a shit ton.
Yeah, just more fun times to come, basically.
Absolutely.
Heck
Yep. It will be in. If you want to check it out and you want to see us and how we're going to set up kind of the new merch table and everything, it'll be at Adobe Max.
Oh yeah, even the way you have the bike on the back, it matches and it fits the vibe. And bring the bike to Adobe Max so we can cruise the aisles a little bit.
Right.
You
Totally.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Hell yeah. Just a different way to market the studio and get out there and do things. It's we did a talk at Mattel when I was down in LA, and that was a lot of the talk was about kind of internal marketing and what do you do to get inspired, and part of my talk was like some of this stuff, like this, like getting out, going to these events and showing up with something different than everybody else has,
It's not just Instagram. It's not just a cool website.
Yep.
It's kind of a little more old school. We're going to IRL. We're
Yep.
going to come and meet you in real life and
for sure.
Yeah, just have a cool presence, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's like the shirt looks cool, the website looks cool, but I feel like just in real life, let's also look cool.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. And so we're going to start having some fun with this. David started it and basically spent a bunch of time
building out the van
in Blender and building out a 3D version of the van.
Something,
kept adding on to it, making sure that the wheels matched. And he's like, "Oh shit, okay, I got to get the ladder on there." So he built the whole thing out in 3D. Frankie has it now. Frankie's got it doing donuts. We used it for the intro for our Mattel talk. And so, yeah, now we got that thing in 3D. So look out. There's going to be some shit happening with, with the van.
It's pretty cool for me, like on the graphic design side of things, just walking, to wherever, get some water, and I'm seeing David and Frankie's screen, and you're like, oh shit, like what are you doing? Like, damn, that looks sick. You kind of get a little sneak peek of, but it all looks like wireframe in a way, and then you finally see the final render, and you're like, whoa, this is, wow, yeah, this is just fun, and
totally.
Again, who else is doing this? I feel like it's just putting our own little mark on the studio and how we do it, and hopefully it inspires other people, and let's see you guys do something a little different out there than just the classic Instagram reel.
For sure. Yeah, and it's one of those things where if you have something and an idea, like try and blow it out. Like it's cool to see this go from like a gray van to laying it out in Illustrator, to getting it wrapped, to actually using it at an event, to turning it into a 3D model, to then animating it,
to filming a podcast.
Yeah,
right
filming a podcast with it, so yeah, it's cool. It's just a marketing tool that we're going to continue to use.
Shit, I always like to think about the future. That's kind of, I'm always thinking about the next step. I know we just got this thing, but man, if we can all just close our eyes and imagine what Dan's going to do for Mobile Design Unit 4.0, like, I don't know, it's going to be a little Cessna plane or something, hot air balloon. I mean, I don't know. Dan's always cooking up something, so it's like you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, we'll see.
Heck yeah,
to be determined. Let's use the shit out of 3.0 and get some good video, and
check back in 2-3 years, and you'll be having something new.
Yeah, absolutely. So more content to come
out
of this bad boy, and
Hell yeah.
Us on the road. So
shit, man, I'm excited.
Yeah, love it. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in.
Yep, I think that's it. Yeah. We'll freaking see you on the next one.
Check it out, YouTube, do what you do, and appreciate it.